Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, my parents weren't interested in me. They just weren't, like, he's just not that into you. They just weren't that into me. As a result, there is nothing that matters more to me than making you laugh. If you hate me, even better. Cozy. I feel at home. Thank you for the dose of nostalgia. I will be coming to Philadelphia, Connecticut. You know what? I'm coming to Connecticut. No panties. I want to test out this Lyme disease thing. Crevices out.
Peeing in bushes.
Let's peeing in bushes. What do you put on? Peanut butter? What attracts ticks? Whatever it is. Blood. I'm going to go. Money. Whatever it is. Come give me a little thimble of your blood so I can rub it all over my body and try to attract some ticks. I have not slept in 20 years. I would love nothing more than a little bit of Lyme. If someone could just put a tick in my drink, whatever needs to happen so I can actually get some REM sleep, I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to be in Norfolk, Virginia, and Richmond, Virginia, from where I hail. So all my high school bullies, fake friends, come on out and come see that even though I am more successful than you, I'm not necessarily happier. The payment for this ticket will be worth it. Don't you worry. Come say hi to me passive aggressively, and you'll see the tears lining on the water line as we take a picture together. You win. Where else? Reading. I'm going to be in Florida. I'm going to be in New Orleans. I'm in Calgary next week. So let's go. But if you know what, if you're like, I'm not going to pay money to go see a woman talk for an hour, you know what? Fair. That's why for people like you, we put a special on YouTube, my last special where I am pregnant and just wheezing the entire show, barely holding it together, crowning. Frankly, it is on YouTube, and we have another special coming on YouTube soon. So, go enjoy, engage in the comments, make some friends. LOL, right from your couch. Let's go.
Listen to it in the car.
Guys. Do it. Let's go.
Listen to it at the beach while you still can.
I don't know. Just get it. What is this? I'm going to eat more of my vat of Dubai chocolate. I mean, do you know about this Dubai chocolate vat?
I've seen the ads where they break the thing in half and the foam comes out of the chocolate bar. Have you seen those?
I think is that the cotton candy one?
Well, they have whatever the green stuff is that you have.
The pistachio that's in the Dubai. All I eat is the Dubai chocolate they have these like little crunchies in it.
When I see those ads where they break the chocolate bar open and the foam comes out, I kind of want to vomit.
That's disgusting. I don't like things that stretch or explode or,
It's like a bad surprise because it looks like a nice chocolate bar. You open it up and it's like this foamy mold looking stuff comes out of it and you're just like,
why is bad surprise my favorite? That is literally just life now. Like, I remember there was a time in my life where I'd be like, come surprise me. You know what I mean?
Save it.
Save it. I
don't
want to
ruin
know.
it.
Surprise me.
Yeah.
Do you want your present early? Surprise me.
Well, I do like surprises.
Is there such a thing as a good surprise anymore, though? Name one. Happy birthday. You're older. I'm not. That's a bad surprise. You all got into my house. All right, guys. This is a very special episode where you are going to watch me depart from my usual ruminations about the epidemic of mental illness in our society to discussing the physical illness that are befalling humans. Today, I pivot. This episode, it's going to be a journey. Okay, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is a weird week. We've pushed the episode a couple times this week. I'm just going to start by saying that I'm okay, as you can tell. Sprayed on my hairline, put Neosporin on my new piercings. I'm good. Nobody panic. But I did, it's actually so crazy and so hard to get out of my mouth, but because I'll either cry for 2 weeks or I will not be able to stop laughing. Either way, YouTube's going to have to take this down. But I don't know how in podcasting to not like address what's actually going on, you know, personally, because it doesn't end, this thing. It doesn't end. You know, podcasting, you don't get weeks off. You can't go like, oh, I'm having a personal bottom. Like the worst thing that ever happened to me happened. They're like, oh yeah, cool. So let me know when you're going to deliver. We just sent you the BlueChew copy. And also there's this new cereal that has BlueChew in it. And so can you please just hawk these cereal? And this is a new water. Here's a new Ridge wallet ad, even though no one has money anymore. But here's a wallet. Just Halloween's coming up. Maybe someone wants to go as a person who has money for Halloween.
It's my 90s costume.
Oh gosh. Okay. So my best friend died. Which is, which I'm not gonna cry, but I am gonna. It's actually gonna be more upsetting because I'm probably gonna like hysterically laugh about it because it's that crazy. I've rescheduled recording a couple of times, so that you guys didn't have to witness me sobbing. Because if I was crying on this show, you wouldn't need BlueChew. If I'm going to cry on camera, it will be for OnlyFans. I'm a lot of things, but bad at business is not one of them. So honestly, like I am going to have to laugh about it. I go back and forth from like hysterical fits of laughter to like sobbing. So I will be laughing about it today, I believe. I have been crying for about a week straight. So I'm, you know what? I think today, part of the reason today I decided we could record today, and thank you for letting me reschedule so much this week, is that I'm currently back to the state of shock.
That's where you thrive.
So today I'm in shock, so I feel pretty good. I'm too dehydrated to cry anymore, so I'm in great shape to talk to strangers on YouTube. So I actually woke up this morning more excited than ever to develop an intimate relationship with people I don't know, because if you die, I won't know. Like honestly, no offense. I just mean, if I stop seeing comments from the same person, I'll be like, oh no, I'll just assume you got over me or I fell off or something. So I do come with this sort of bad news today to also deliver some good news, which is I am really going to double down on YouTube because I don't have to worry about you guys dying. So like, subscribe. I now get why so many people have moved on from human relationships. We keep talking about that. We keep being like, how come everybody is like in a simulation, in a relationship with their anime avatar? I get it. This is where I went wrong. I made a best friend in college, stayed friends with her like an idiot, made her my chosen family, my emergency contact, can't live without her. She's my son's godmother. And here I am. So having a best friend is the stupidest thing I've ever done. Dude, Japan, I'm not going to make fun of them anymore for marrying pillows. I think it's better if I had just befriended a pillow, I wouldn't be in this jam. I made fun of Zuckerberg with his AI friends. Okay, I was wrong. Incels, I owe you an apology. You're right to not attach to anyone. Andrew Tate, hats off. I get it now. Like the healthiest relationship I have at this point is with you guys, whoever you are. I know, no, I'm kidding. I know who you are. You're my best friends. You're all I have left. So are you witnessing a manic episode? Perhaps. But I am sharing this unspeakable tragedy with you because I believe the situation like horrifyingly punctuates something I've been suspecting for a while. There is no point in being healthy. There's no point in trying, okay? I actually believe that the wellness business is killing us. I'm not trying to be dramatic. Like I'm not, I'm just saying my best friend who I just lost was the healthiest person anyone has ever known, like anyone. And this happened to her. The wellness business, you just made an enemy that he really.
The only spokesperson for a wellness company should be the 110-year-old that just finished a marathon.
Dude,
and if you don't have that person, What are you talking about?
Pat sinks the 3. always manages to say the thing I've been trying to say for 20 minutes in one perfect sentence. I'm coming for you. It's, can you just pull up Liam Neeson and Taken? I have a very specific set of skills, okay? And the wellness business, I'm on your tail because I think you just contributed to taking my friend. Something else as well, we'll get to it. So the wellness business, I think, is a scam. I mean, the person that I just lost, she was using glass jars when we were in college for water. She had like a water thing, and then she would make her own almond butter. She would go to farmers markets in college. She had avocados. I'm eating like runts. I'm eating Starburst gum, and I swallowed gum all the time in college, and I'm still alive. My friend had ginger in her fridge, like the full ratchet, like a legume, a starfish with like it looks, it's like a crusty starfish with like a full head of hair, like just had a mullet. Like I'd open her fridge and be like, is that a head? Like what's in your, is that the thing hanging from the tree in True Detective? Like what? Her fridge drawers just look like the Blair Witch Project bundle. Meanwhile, I'm eating like aspartame soda, and here I am looking arguably better than ever. So what's going on? She would make smoothies and have wheatgrass and the whole thing. And I would show up to her apartment like covered in Bath and Body Works, like moonlit path, glitter body spray, just full of chemicals. And I'm here and she's not. Like she did everything right for the past 20 years. She wasn't even on social media. She was even mentally healthy. Okay. I know. Why was she friends with me? It is a very good question. Okay.
You were the unhealthiest thing in her life.
Truly, if you were to look at her life, you'd be like, the only real thing here you should cut out is your best friend, Whitney. So this is where the podcast is going to kind of become a doozy. Okay. I do believe after this happened that you're two people your whole life. There's before your best friend dies and after your best friend dies. So allow me to introduce you to the new me. Okay, I just watched the healthiest person I know get a random, I don't want to say what she got because I might get dinged on YouTube, but I think it would be funny to say it. She got, Pat's going to bleep that. So you guys just have to guess because I think it'd be really funny if people were like, did Whitney's friends just die?
Bleep that too.
Oh, damn.
Even funnier.
That thing from the 80s you could only get like from Matush. So this is something that it's the C, it's the big C. You know what it is. A lot of young people are getting this right now. And people in their 20s are getting, tumors and cysts. And part of the reason the last couple of years you guys have heard me talk about, is this thing healthy? Is this thing healthy? Is this a scam? Is this a scam? Because behind the scenes, I was going through this with my friend. And I'm sure you guys think that I'm just like paranoid and whatever. But when I'm like, what's up with the fluoride in the water? I've been trying to make sense of what's happening to the healthiest person I know and why this would be happening. And, trust me, I'm the first person that's like, it's the cell phones and the tap water and but she didn't do any of that. Here's the other thing. You can't just say something you have a gut hunch about because I'm so worried people are going to think I'm some crazy person, she did not have a history of this in her family. She did all the right things health-wise. She was all the things that you can go, well, it was probably this, just doesn't apply to her. She got the virus and she got the vaccine booster because she had to for something. And then very quickly after that, she had some turbo cancer. There's something to be said about how scared I am to say, I think this was it. That maybe that's what this podcast is about. Why can't I go, yeah, I think it was because of this. She's 42. She's the healthiest person I know. She doesn't have any of this history and didn't do any of the things that would like cloud the variables, right, of what could have caused this. I've had to narrow down what it could be and what it could be and what it could be. And this isn't going to get me in trouble. And I don't care. The schmancer that I am seeing in people, we're all kind of seeing it, but it's like we're all deciding it's like just an anomaly. Like doctors have no idea what it is. It's endocrine, I guess. It involves turning a gene on and off. So if that is causing all these weird schmancers in young people, which I just saw take a super healthy person, they're going to get away with it forever because no one knows how to explain it. Like when you lob off a boob, I know what that is. Lobbed off the boob. Got it. That I could. This is like, no, I can't even just explain it. I don't know. If you're a villain, take notes here. If you want to be a villain or win in like a psychopathic way, allow me to assist. You don't need to hurt people. You don't need to yell at people. That's not what smart villains do. Smart villains confuse people. If you're confused, that's it. If you're confused, that's when you need to figure out if the call is coming from inside the house. So I was happy to go, oh, my friend is going through this. It's probably the phones. It's probably the bed. It's probably this other thing. But everyone's so confused. It's like, oh, true villains know how to make people be so confused that there's no way to solve any problem or trust your own instincts or even trust anybody that does kind of have the truth. Mean I can handle, nasty I can handle. I mean, like, check my phone. It's like all day, every day. Confusing is what gets you. Now, all the great villains do this. Trump, Tate, Musk, Heard. And they know how to make you lose your train of thought and doubt your own reality and exhaust you with confusion. So going through all this with my friend, the default is very much like, well, I'm too dumb for this. This is too confusing for me. But you guys must have it figured out, right? No. No one does. No one knows. And we're spending a lot of time being worried about AI. And maybe this is all by design. I don't know. But this might not confuse AI. Am I making a case for AI as doctors? I might be. Because I was like, humans can't do this. Like, people in their 20s are having weird tumors and schmancers, and they just called it turbo cancer. Can everyone stop? Can doctors not watch Star Wars and Transformers, please? We don't just got turbo cancer. Don't make it sound cool and like fast. It's fast, but it's like turbo. It's like, oh, I have turbo cancer? Sick. Like, why isn't this front page news like every day? Because when this started happening and I opened up to some people about what my friend was going through, truly everyone I talked to knew someone who had some weird tumor or some fertility issue or some immune system reaction out of nowhere. People that want to say like, oh, but it could have been stress. And it's like, my friend was not stressed out. I watched a control group of a person. I was truly the most stressful part of her life. And she had very good boundaries with me. So she was not stressed out. Okay. She wasn't chasing labubus around the internet. She didn't have some rich podcaster telling her to get in cold water every day, even though a lot of people that listen to it don't have hot water. They only have cold water. They're like, yeah, we take ice baths every day. That's called our shower. We don't, oh, get in the sauna. Okay. You mean our summers? Because we don't have AC. Right. She didn't have to stress out over dealing with the insane irony from every podcast that's supposed to calm you down. Okay. She didn't have to listen to a bunch of health podcasters talk about getting in the sauna and the thing and yell, just send some athletic greens to Gaza. My friend was not a stressed out person. She didn't watch Love Island. She didn't invest heavily in the Marc Maron Austin comedy scene beef. She didn't watch Squid Games. She was like this person who, she was so emotionally healthy. She's truly the only person I have any touch point to reality. I'd be like, hey, do you want to watch Squid Games? She'd be like, what's that? I'd be like, oh, it's a show where people compete in deadly children's games for cash prizes. She'd be like, no, thanks. She didn't do that. She'd be like, I'm going to do a crossword puzzle and I'm feeding my starter for my sourdough. She was like a cartoon of a perfect human being. She didn't allow stress in her life. Like, I'd call her, I'd be like, did you see the helicopter crash in the Hudson this morning? She'd be like, no. I'd be like, what? Let me send it to you. I have the remix where Kygo did a club song using the victim's screams. Whenever I hear about these weird schmancers happening, I'll go like, oh, well, maybe they smoked. You know, maybe they slept with their phone inside them, you know, or whatever. Or like, oh, what kind of weirdo signs up for a study? You know, you can't trust someone who signs up for a study, you know, but this person I knew, and she lived the way doctors would tell you to live to not get this thing. All right. And you can't say maybe it's AirPods, maybe it's the light from gel nail polish. We want to think it's anything but this, that the people that want us gone made a thing to make us be gone. Guys, hey guys, I know the guys just love, look here, this ad starts with guys, let's be honest. All right, hey guys, there's this thing called honesty. Guys, let's be honest, because I know you're not always. Can we time out in the normal behavior? If you're having trouble with your erection, maybe you might not need BlueChew. You might need to stop listening to this show. But
if you're having trouble finishing this episode.
If you're not laughing to completion, BlueChew, everybody. BlueChew is the original brand offering chewable tablets that help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer lasting you-know-what for you-know-what. It's not just about getting you-know-what. It's about staying you-know-what. Here's how it works. You sign into BlueChew.com, consult with a licensed medical provider online, and once you're approved, your prescription ships straight to your door. No doctor's office visits, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And even though... that's what gets me, you know what. Here's how it works. You sign up for BlueChew.com, consult with a licensed medical provider online. Once you're approved, your prescription ships straight to your door. No doctor's visits, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Everything's handled online. BlueChew's tablets are made in the USA, delivered discreetly. Special deal for you. Promo code Whitney at checkout. Pay $5 for shipping. Head over to BlueChew.com for details and safety information. Huge thanks to BlueChew.com for sponsoring this episode. Love you, mean it. Today's episode is brought to you by Square, smart, streamlined tools that make running your business simple. I've always loved how seamless Square makes everyday transactions. That sounded like I was reading an ad because I was. So I'm just gonna tell you my actual deal with Square, which is when I sell merch, I use Square, and it's the only reason I'm not in a mental hospital. Need I say more? It just does. It does everything. Okay. It also, it's everywhere now. It's at coffee shops, at stores. You can just do it. You don't have to
off ramps on the highway.
Off ramps. You don't have to get in some dog fight with someone at your coffee shop.
The fruit guy.
Yeah.
On the corner.
True, actually. Yeah. You don't
ice cream trucks.
You don't have to go borrow a Bitcoin from a phone booth in order to get your fruit on the side of the road.
Where's that phone booth? I need to get half a Bitcoin.
Where's my Ethereum coin? I need a Redbox stack. You just tap, you pay, and you go. It works every single time, whether you're running a cafe, a salon, a boutique, food truck. Square has a setup that fits your business. It's made to be intuitive, so you don't have to be a tech expert to figure it out. You can use it right from day one. Also, you can add tools like loyalty programs, payroll, advanced reporting whenever you're ready. Everything is in one place. Payment, sales, tracking, inventory, invoices, staff management, you name it. It's like having your own personal assistant that never clocks out. So why wait? Right now, our listeners can get up to $200 off Square hardware when you sign up at square.com/go/Whitney. That's Square, SQUARE.com/go/Whitney. And now here's the deal. Let me just Square didn't ask me to say any of this. It's just that you need to start a business now, and you need to use Square because all the jobs are about to go away. So I would just sign up for this immediately and figure out a business. Just
learn how to take payments.
You need to figure out a way to take payments on Square for truly whatever you can think of. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today. So it made me think of that thing nobody wants to think about because we had to think about it for so long, so much, and we're all sick of it. But it was that thing we all had to stay in our houses for, okay? And we're so wrapped up right now in the Maxine. We're going to call it the Maxine. Okay, because that's Pat's daughter's name. And we're not going to get kicked out of the algorithm. We call it the Maxine. We're so focused on that and injuries from that I think we forgot about the actual virus. Okay, we forgot, we don't really know what that thing did, right? So also, if you got the Maxine, that also had it in it. Right? Yeah, it might have had a bunch of other stuff. We're so focused on the mercury or was there a chip in it or whatever. We keep forgetting about just that straight up virus, right? Remember we all kind of just decided it was the flu because we were so sick of being in our homes. Guilty as charged. By the third time I had it, I was that wasn't so bad. Let's go back to work. I can't do this anymore. I was so sick of having blue hair and all these vampires pretending to be my friends living in my house during the pandemic that I was it's the flu. We got to move on. I was I cannot do this anymore. People will not stop coming over to my house and shooting content with me. I cannot. We need to get back to work. I think I started a cult by accident. Okay. It was the flu. We can't stay inside for another year, or I'm going to enroll in the Jordan Peterson Graduate School for a master's program, and why only men should work. Because I forgot how to do my job. Because I've been in my house for so long. I've been Miss Havisham for the past 2 years, locked in a house with a mask on, so that Gavin Newsom could go to the beach and figure out the best place to plant fireworks in peace. Now, the point is, I realized that most people are so busy being suspicious of the vaccine and what's being made money off of this awful thing that people are so focused on those injuries. I think we all kind of forgot about straight up the actual virus. The problem is anyone who talks about this, it's like, because there was long, people like, it's this like long thing. Those people, I don't know, and I'm not saying this is what happened to her. I just think that we are totally forgetting that we don't know the long-term effects of this thing at all. And listen to me, okay? Because there were people that were like, well, I still have it and there's lingering effects. And those people were kind of like, no, there's not. Like those people to us, they just seem like they were the people that didn't want the sleepover to end. I have this thing that's never going to go away. It was like, it seemed like the people that were talking about that or acted like they still had symptoms forever. They were the kind of people that just like want to be sick for a living. We all know those people, the same people who like can't figure out if they should be ADD or ADHD or OCD because they aren't sure which one is going to get them the most attention, But true ADD and OCD people would never post about any of that because they could never get the caption finished. And even if they could, they never post it because it wouldn't be perfect. Check my feed this week. Not a post in sight. So we're all in acceptance that this was man-made, right? That's not a crazy thing to say, is it? I think the common acceptance is this was made as basically a bioweapon. Fine, not saying targeted towards us or anything.
People have been researching bioweapons for decades.
Yeah, because you got to research it to then have the cure for it. Makes perfect sense. How could they have that cure ready if they didn't make it in the first place? So I'm just saying, this doesn't have to feel like serious and heavy. If I was going to make a virus in a lab, what's the point of it just being the flu? I don't want us to go back into our houses. I'm not trying to cause any kind of frenzy. Mentally, we can never go back into our houses. That's over. I'm not advocating for that. Whatever this is, as bad as it is, I'm not saying to change our behavior at all. I'm saying we can't go into our homes anymore. Every time anyone goes into their home at this point, they just go online and buy invisible money or marry someone who doesn't exist or watch a mentally insane person talking about being in love with her therapist. Have you seen there's this girl that fell in love with her therapist and it was this like huge thing on TikTok. She was like this like 10-part series. She's like, I'm in love with my therapist and he was in love with me. This is basically the female version of I'm in love with a stripper. I do want to just bring this up, the girl that fell in love with her therapist and is now on TikTok, because it is good to know that someone is having a worse week than me. And she became obsessed with her therapist. And I feel like everyone's missing the point. All right. Allow me to just cut to the chase and give you the best advice truly ever uttered. Women, if a man who is an authority figure or your boss, a therapist, a married man, whoever, if he has feelings for you, he is scum. I feel like we need that word is just, I think that's the best way. Like scum. Is there a better word than scum? We say like psychopath. We keep giving too much credit to people with all these like diagnoses and stuff. It's just scum. So if you're in love with him, you need to change your taste in men. Also, men, therapists don't want to date their clients. These are men. They need to get paid to listen to a woman talk. Male therapists, they went on one date and heard a woman talk and went, I'm not doing that for free ever again. And men don't want to date women who need to pay someone to listen to them talk. That tells them everything they need to know. There's no way that therapist wanted to date you because the fact that you had to pay a therapist to listen to you talk lets him know, like, wait, this woman has no friends to vent to? This woman has to pay a person to listen to her blather on. It's like if you were going to date a guy and he had only dated call girls before you, you'd be like, wait, what's going on with you that you have to pay women to hang out with you? I don't know about women having male therapists and vice versa. I feel like male therapists should know, like, shouldn't go like, I don't have feelings for you. They should be like, you should see someone else. Like, this guy should also be in jail. You know what I'm saying? She's nuts. What's your excuse? Like, I think he gets off on this in some like weird way or whatever, right? But also, okay, so enough. She's alive. Who cares? My my point is, with this virus that we all had, we forgot to just ask why they would do it and what would be the point of making it benign. Like, what would be the point of making a virus in a lab if it didn't cause more harm long term? What is the point of getting people sick for like 2 weeks? That's like what? Fine. It made us need to buy masks that were made over there. Fine. Okay. Wearing the masks. If it stopped the spread, fine. Sure. But also inhaling the microplastics, that's bad for us. Okay. Fine. That's like a good result, right? Good hustle. It also kept us in our home for 2 years. For the most part, it forced us to live on the internet, fight with each other. Instead of going to war with us, just make us go to war with ourselves. Genius. Good. Mm-hmm. I'll fund this. I'll fund this thing. I like your pitch. What else? It made us addicted to a bunch of their apps that make us, dance and collect mini ratchet Chucky dolls that we put in our school backpacks, even though no kid used backpacks because they didn't go to school for a couple years, which is why no child can even make eye contact anymore. Love it. Yes, I'm liking this virus so far, Mr.
It was a boot camp for the future.
Yeah. So far I like it. But like, what else? What else? I see. Okay. I do. Maybe do it. How about 3 rounds of it though? He's like, okay. Yeah. Okay. Like, is this enough to justify making this thing that we could all get too? We could all get it. So is this... Maybe. He said, well, it also makes everyone really scared. And then they buy a bunch of stuff online that we sell, It's going to make people stay in their homes and maybe like have kids. And we make a lot of kids' toys. Like all of them. Maybe it's going to make them become like sentient technology addicts who live in a state of existential nihilism and only buy things with ephemeral value and then take selfies with a filter that make them look like cats. That's just funny. That's just a bonus for us. I think being a parent, you got to understand this line of thinking isn't particularly toxic. It's kind of just true. Once you have seen the type of toys that are made for children, because it's exclusively where you get toys. And as a parent, I look at all of it. The toys that are made over there for kids, yeah, they're cheap. They're dangerous, covered in chemicals. Fine. I'll let that slide. They also break way too easily. All the parts, of course, once they break, you have to get from there again, right? And every part is like exactly toddler throat sized. Okay? Yes, all the animals on the toys look nothing like the real animals in real life. It actively teaches them the wrong thing about truly. The words are like spelled wrong. It'll be like, you and me, why you? And you're like, that. It's fine if you don't even spell it like that over there. None of the words are spelled how they're spelled. So most of our education system is just teaching kids to unlearn what they learned from their toys that were made over there. Fine. The toys also are fully trying to suck their brains out of their heads. Like, these toys are just drugs. It's like you just press a button and something lights up and it's like, la, 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 la. That's it. There's no numbers. There's no ABCs. It's just one nonsense button. It's like Simon, but no, like, remember the lights and press them again. Nothing emulates a calculator. It's just getting them addicted to lights. That's truly all it is. And it runs out of batteries after 20 minutes because batteries are made where again? The point is, you cannot know all this and then decide that thing we all got, Delta, Beta, weren't there a bunch of strains of it, is not something that's going to affect us forever? Why don't we ever entertain the idea that it was made to affect us like forever? Not just older people. I know that it got rid of some older people. I don't know. The statistics are wonky. I'm not going to chime in. It's weird. It's weird. The old people thing is actually odd because one time I went to Hong Kong and I was talking to this guy. He was sitting next to me and he did focus groups for like digital art tools or something. And he had to go. And he said when he went over and did them. I'm like, oh, what was it like? And he's like, actually going and doing this in Asia is really not that useful because everyone just defaults to the oldest person in the room because they have such reverence for anyone older than them. They won't disagree with them. So he's like, it's really hard to ascertain what they think. And I was like, oh, that's so interesting. And because I'm like a white woman who rescues dogs, I was like, yeah, it's so interesting, like the dog thing over there, like the just the belief that, the consuming dogs, not everyone, obviously, but just, and he was like, yeah, they would say the same thing about America and your elders. The fact that you just like put them in nursing homes. And I was like, whoa. So there's like a respect for elders, which is really venerable, but not American elders. No, those go first. I also have to remind you, in 2024, United States, 14 gold medals. China won. Silver, United States, 11. China won. Bronze, United States, 9. China, 2. 2 bronze. Okay. United States, 34 medals. China, 4. So, why would they make a virus in a lab that just makes us sleepy for a couple weeks and that's it? And we all conveniently like to joke about the fact that we couldn't taste or smell. Like that was just funny. No one was like, oh, that's weird. We were like, I can't taste or smell. And then moved on. As if that's not neurological damage. That's neurological damage. Your taste isn't in your nose and it's in your brain. Okay. But maybe part of the whole virus is that you have amnesia because you just want to move on with your life so badly after being like stuck in your house. Do you remember anything from the pandemic? No one thinks it's weird. I looked at my phone. I looked through like the memories and I'm like, why is there a photo of me and Bruce Willis in a cab? When did this happen? There's literally fully photos of me sitting on the ground surrounded by wolves. I'm like, what? 2022 and 2023, my photo thing, I'm like, I have no recollection of true. There's a photo of me with like stitches in my nose. I'm like, what? Did I get a new head? What? Zero recollection. Okay. Yes. Did gardening become legal in California around that time? Did I engage a little too much because not being able to do stand-up makes me like actually go insane? Fine. But I wasn't doing that the whole time. Does anyone remember anything? Be serious. Be serious. I truly only remember staring into a ring light for like 8 months straight. Okay. And we're all wanting to move on so bad that we're not like, hold on, was there more to this? Like, I don't think we've actually processed this from the perspective of just the virus, forget the vaccine. I have tried so hard to not think about the pandemic 1 second longer than I had to that I forgot to even like ask questions about it. So our enemy made a virus on purpose that killed tons of people, broke our economy, broke our brains, let's be honest, then culminated in all of us posting on social media to stop Asian hate. You can't underestimate this level of genius. The fact that we've all just decided, okay, it was this thing, you lost your taste and your smell. You think they just made a virus that turned us into Helen Keller once a year? Why? For what? So we could post about it on TikTok and they could steal our faces and voices to make robots out of? Yes, maybe. Maybe. To then what? Sell their new tongue scraper from the TikTok shop that brings the taste buds back? I don't know. I haven't seen that product yet, but that makes sense. But doesn't feel like this particular country would stop trying to become prom queen of the world so easily. Like, and why do I even care? Why do I even care? I shouldn't care because let's be honest, I will live forever. I'm a cockroach. I'm embalmed. My veins are crystallized with adrenaline and whatever toxoplasmosis droplets live in the microphones at the Comedy Store. Whatever was in that virus was like water off a duck's back when it got into my blood because I grew up drinking water poisoned by DuPont. I drank paint. I am truly made of tin. Wi-Fi goes off around me. It stops working around me. The IT guy that comes over, he's like, the Wi-Fi's down. He's like, can you go in the other room? I think you're radioactive. I don't know, but no one's connecting at all because you just can't. Everyone's got it's chemicals, it's processed foods. My grandfather worked in a coal mine and ate out of a can for 50 years and he lived till 80, but okay. Why would you make a virus unless it did long-term damage to your target? If Lyme is a bioweapon, we talked about this because of the Justin Timberlake thing. Great. You want to make rich people in the New York area very tired. Genius. I can see why that would benefit a lot of other countries. You don't want them to die because then you can't get their secrets or you can't get their, whatever. Nailed it. Okay. Allegedly, if that's true. All I'm asking is, can we take a week off of the pyramids, maybe the aliens and JFK, so we can maybe track down the people that made this thing? Can't we just get a little, I feel like it's already out there. I feel in terms of the viruses out there. We can now go, what did you do? Listen, we know the guy who made the Labradoodle. The guy that invented the Labradoodle. We know his name. He wrote a piece for the New York Times saying, hey, this was a mistake. I inbred this dog. It's a disaster. It's an awful goblin. There's no such thing as a hypoallergenic dog. It comes from their saliva. This is a scam. I'm sorry. Okay. People who do awful things, they do try and get out from under it sometimes. Okay. Frank Abagnale, the guy, Catch Me If You Can guy, the con artist, he does TED Talks. And he says how he did it, why he did it. Chris Hughes, he's the co-founder of Facebook, regularly speaks about how bad Facebook was, how it was designed to be like a slot machine and get you addicted. You don't necessarily do it because you want to. You do it to get out of jail time or have a shot at seeing your kids again. Everyone's got a price, okay? And we need to figure out how to get them to just tell us what you did. You know what? We won't be mad. How about this? I promise not to be mad if you just tell me where you were last night. Were you with your ex-girlfriend? You're telling me there's no one who can get the emails or the records or figure out what the goal was. Like, what happened to the girl that escaped North Korea and ate all the rats and went on Rogan? Can we send her in? Dennis Rodman? I don't have the solution, but I would like to offer you today an even bigger problem. And all I'm saying is, we spend a lot of time going, oh, it must be this. Or maybe she wasn't healthy. If this happened to my friend, everything healthy is fake. Everything we thought was true isn't. All right. Studies, vitamins, deep breaths. I'm coming for deep breaths. She did all the things that you're supposed to do. All the things we're told to do. I witnessed her doing since she's 18 years old. If this happened to her, the organic sticker means nothing. Since this diagnosis has happened, when I tell you I only at this point drink sugar soda and chocolate, Dubai chocolate, and I've never felt better. I've never looked better. Healthy as a horse. So if you want to do the wellness thing as like, because you need a religion or a cult or like need a belief system, I get that. Godspeed. But just know there are cheaper ones. The wellness community, I'm exaggerating, of course, but it's starting to be fishy to me. It's advertising itself too hard. Like, you know how there's like a health food store? Why isn't it just called a food store? And the other ones should just be called the poison store. Saying something's a healthy food is like, wait, that's like me saying I'm an honest person. That's like, hi, I'm a funny comedian. It's like, I'm a healthy probiotic. Like what? I'm an organic apple. We label things what they are instead of labeling them when they've been altered. Shouldn't an organic apple just say apple? And then the non-organic one should just say covered in mesobimanzamate number 7. It's like candy apples, only it's covered in bug spray that will make your offspring blink a lot. We need to change the way we look at something based on the way that it's labeled. We should look at it as why is that on the label? Shouldn't this be inherent? Are we going to look back in like 20 years and be like, remember when people were dying because of the chemicals in the plastic holding the powder of the vitamin? Remember when omega oils that we were all taking were chock full of mercury, so everyone thought they were making their brain healthier and they were actually just erasing all their memories? Like, remember when protein powder was legal before we realized it was making men take selfies in the mirror at the gym? Like, cigarettes used to be prescribed to pregnant women. We've thought crazy things were healthy before, so it might be crazy to think that things marketed as healthy is actually healthy. If you have to say it's healthy, I'm already suspicious. When there's chemicals on vegetables, when the thing that's supposed to be healthy is covered in poison, all I'm saying is get your affairs in order. Write up your will. I am currently living through something that debunks truly everything we're being told. We're going, vegetables are healthy. Let's do all these healthy things with the healthy wellness stuff and the healthy vitamins. And then we're looking at the virus that was made by the enemy going, it was the flu. Nah, it was the flu. It came and went. It's over. I don't want to rehash the pan. No one wants to talk about it anymore. It's just too boring. And I think we might all just go, you know what? We're going to have to lose a lot of our friends that are in their 20s, that are young and healthy to this thing, because we're just too bored to talk about. We can't rehash the pandemic. It's just like, it's too much of a bummer, you know? And by the way, this friend, she's not famous. I don't want to reveal too much about her. She's my best friend from college. And, she rescued me from a very toxic girl group in college, like took me under her wing. She was the only sane person I've had in my life at all. She taught me how money works. She's just like my big sister, very maternal energy. She's continued to be this angel in my life, keeping me grounded. She's truly stopped me from making some of the worst decisions of my life. If it wasn't for her, I would have dated so many NBA players. I would have dated so many actors. I'd have so many Tori Amos lyrics tattooed on my rib cage. So I will leave you with this. Now that she is gone, I will be descending into utter madness. I no longer have a rock or true north or a voice of reason.
The stormy seas behind you.
Yes. Yes, the Samsung TV behind me is representative of what the rest of my days will look and feel like. I no longer feel confident that anything that we've been told is true, even more so than before. So I plan on things getting very out of control. I will be rescuing more horses, more dogs. Hell, I might get a pager. I might start using microwaves again. Nah, might go get myself some color contacts. Like, these are the type of decisions she would prevent me from making. I now will start a couple collections. This is when people start collecting dolls, when they don't feel like they have control and they think someone's gonna abandon them, which they do. So I'm thinking dolls. I need to do something that fills the void of her, because she's not replaceable. I'm the first to say that, I'm heartbroken, but I'll be okay. I won't be okay. I lost 2 parents. I was okay. Now I'm like, I can't replace her. So the next logical thing is to probably start farming sea monkeys. Remember when Tippi Hedren, Melanie Griffith's mom, Dakota Johnson's grandma lived with 20 lions? How many people got hurt? 17? That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. And adversity is good for people. They got a cool story out of it. What's cooler than being like, I got the scar from a lion who attacked me at Melanie Griffith's house? You're welcome for all the chicks. I need to do something extreme, and I just want everyone to be prepared for that. Cutting bangs isn't gonna do the trick here. Cutting off communication with society, that could be the trick. I could maybe be like a lighthouse person. I'm telling you, I need a new reality altogether. And I know that I have been, we make fun of those. I've been making fun of those people a lot. Like the people that think they're in a simulation and that, wear a helmet and go to another place with their VR helmet and, go to the anime con and dress up like a big yellow chickadee, alien guy.
The chickadee convention.
I just mean I'm in. You guys, I'm sorry that I made fun of you. If you have an alternative reality, I was wrong. I'm wrong. I've been living in reality and investing in things that can be taken from you unfairly fast. And it was my mistake. And I would like to join your simulation cosplay world.
I'm psyched.
I'm in. What do we do? I have to immediately break up with my boyfriend first, right? I can't have have to be single.
You don't want to bring sand to the beach.
What else? Do I start Star Wars? Where do I start? Just tell me where I start, because now I'm a con guy. What is it? I'm ready to be a fake reality person. Dolls, swords,
an e-girl,
beams. What's that?
And you're chronically online simulation e-girl.
Ponytails. What are we
Yeah.
doing? Ponytails.
Big headphones.
Twitch.
Fingerless gloves.
Let's go. Now we're talking.
Pigtails. White accessories.
Emojis. Dolls. Cats.
Yeah. I've seen this before.
What? Knuckle sandwich?
I think they're pretending to be a kitty cat.
Great.
There you go.
Sign me up.
Yeah. Hold on. Is that our thumbnail? Are you looking here? Well, now that's a GIF.
Like,
Turn that into a GIF.
I'm done with reality. This podcast will be different now. You will no longer hear me make fun of the people who check out of reality and have created their own world. They're right. And
Can I book some of them as Zoom guests and they can teach you?
begging you.
I
Yes.
will. I
live in
surprise
Zoom
you.
now. That is my
I
new
can
home.
just make people pop up right
Fine,
here for
great,
you
great.
while we're shooting.
Don't ask me. I don't exist. Ask
Oh.
Leonora.
Not even real.
Ask Athena 159.
Ask for some suggestions for your new screen name.
I'm done. It's over. Reality's over for me. Checking out. I was wrong. It was elitist of me to keep trying to push reality on people, and that was my mistake. And I do have to go because I need to spend the next couple days decoding the color of Taylor Swift's outfits to do a puzzle to escape reality.
The deep end is calling.
Because it's the deep. Because truly, Taylor Swift's album release date is the only thing that adds up anymore. Don't ride elephants.